Hello. I've just had this idea that I want to share in a sort of candid way what I've been up to lately. So, this is me in the morning. There's going to be some background noise because my family is in the kitchen next to my office and they're all getting ready. So, I'm not going to ask them to be quiet today. And hopefully you won't mind. But my thinking is I'm going to sort of look at my calendar and also just give you a bit of a look into my current practices. And I guess it could get a bit personal, but that's all right. Like right now, I'm drinking ground flaxseed in water. It's like to help with my estrogen dominance. And I'm anemic, and I don't know if you heard, but I was in hospital a little while ago. I had blood transfusions because I had kind of like the never ending period. What is that crap in my hair? And part of what I'm up to now is trying to really invite more rest and ease into my business and really look after myself a lot better, because I think I wasn't. I was looking after myself, but I think clearly I need to look after myself even a little bit better, which is like feels kind of like an annoying intrusion, but I'm also open to just whatever learning has to come through that in myself as a person. So, yeah, obviously, having a stress-free life is not actually possible because stresses occur, and I would just like to, I would simply like to be creating more space to have more ease. So that's kind of my current overarching theme. It's also spring, so I'm snotty. But it's definitely nowhere near as bad as it's been other years. I've been eating heaps of pate, and so I've had pate week. I think I'm going to do pate week, beef week. But I know that you're here more for business stuff, so I do want to talk about that in particular, what I'm learning right now, what I'm planning, and how I'm delivering things. So I've been working with George Cow for pretty much a year now, and it's been really good. What I really like about George is there's a bunch of things that I was already saying that he says as well, which gave me a sense that he's someone who I'm on the same page with. And I guess what attracted me to working with him is he's a couple of steps ahead of me in that he has more revenue, he has a larger following, and they're things that I'm working towards. So basically, I'm using, when you're in Master Heart, so I'm in Master Heart, which is his 1 year mastermind. Mastermind, it's his group program. So it's similar to how I've set up my group program. You get regular calls with him and you get access to his entire course library. There's a Facebook group, and I think you get discounted one-on-one sessions or something like that. Oh, he doesn't actually open his calendar normally. Only really if you're in the group program can you do one-to-one work with him. So when I first joined, there was sort of two pathways laid out in a way by him, and he said, you're either going to be hanging out in the group, really building relationships, using the group for your own net caring, which is his referral partner language. That's the language he uses about referral partners, net caring, and trying to build up your business by focusing on net caring here in the group, or then you'll be using Master Heart as more of a skills building space where you'll be focusing on courses and you might not come in the group that much. And I was pretty clear that after having already done 3 of George's courses last year before I joined Master Heart, I knew that I was probably going to be more on the skills building side and focusing on courses, and that I already felt like I had some degree of referral networks set up. And because a lot of people in Master Heart are not in Australia, I felt that probably it wasn't going to be a place where I would so much be trying to network. So that is what happened, really. I definitely did meet a few really gorgeous people in Master Heart and connected with them, interviewed them, worked with them, different things. One of them is an affiliate for me now, and just different things. And, you know, it's also really good for me being part of that group where everyone's on the same page, everyone's sort of following the same mission in a way. Like, we're all happy with George's frameworks and, pardon, working on them, talking about them. Yeah, but I definitely didn't go to as many calls as everybody else, and I knew that that's how I would be, because I'm not really into group calls. I don't really. I'm a generator, and I just want to work. I don't really want to sit around just having chats and listening to other people chat. So mostly, if I'm going to go to a call, I try and get there really early, get my question answered, and then usually I nick off. So that's just how I am, and I'm not going to be feeling guilty about that. I just know myself. So definitely, I am currently still learning, like doing George's courses, say the planning, the business planning course, which I feel like I've mentioned before a few times. But that course I've done 3, I think maybe 4, but anyway, definitely 3 times this year. That course was a big epiphany for me, in terms of he really lays out a structure from moving from absolutely nothing in business to being fully scaled and leveraged. So, I mean, what's the word? Passive income. So that's kind of the goal. And I identified the level that I was at, and I was pretty keen to fill any gaps on that level and the previous level that I might have overlooked, and be progressing myself along. So how that has panned out for me is this year, I mean, if you've been keeping an eye on me, you'll know I have been delivering a lot of courses, and currently my rhythm is, my whole business rhythm is, I don't work in the holidays, like officially, like not really seeing clients and doing set hours at the desk, but I do always just end up creeping in and doing a little bit here and there, because I just legitimately enjoy my work, and I have a few clients who don't have that rhythm, and they actually need me in the holidays, like a couple of local ads clients and just different things. So that's one rhythm that I have, is the school term. And then inside of that, I've been doing 2 weekly promotional pulses, I guess I'm calling it. So for 2 weeks, I focus on promoting one thing, and then that's it. Like, you kind of have to get on or it's over. And then I do 2 weeks on the next thing. So my rhythm has been course, group program, course, VIP. And then I did course, and now currently end of October I'm promoting the group program again, and then I'll promote course, and I may promote a VIP, but I'm not sure, because I can't really, like, I'm not really going to be delivering over the holidays, so I feel a bit funny kind of enlisting people when essentially I'm not really going to be serving them. Also, my calendar is so full right now. If anybody needs any done for you stuff, it's going to be usually a full week, 7 days or more at times, depending on the calendar, and on other breaks. And so this is day 5 of 5 days off that I've had in my business. And yesterday I definitely was in the office a little bit, but in a good way, like in a fresh, and doing meetings and expanding the audience, like speaking in front of a group of women from the States and just different things, talking to a couple of people about the group program. But I would say that this week has been a really good week off, and it's something that I'm thinking I want to pack in mid-term, most terms. Also, I know for the group program that it's good for them to have a break, because it is a lot, like if we're having week to week, like showing up and me asking you, what did you do and what are you doing next? And lots of course content, like for the people in the group that have been doing lots of courses, then they've all said it's really nice to have a week just for integrating and getting stuff done, so that when they come back and I ask them what they've been up to, they don't feel like they're behind, which is actually, from my perspective, never on the cards, but they say that they feel that. And I guess that they have had a decision in themselves of what they want to achieve, and then they themselves haven't met that, because it's definitely not from my end. I know how it is in business. you just never really get ahead. So in terms of the George courses that I'm doing, I do just want to share my screen a little bit during this process. I have a document called Learning, and that is pretty much related to the work I do with George's courses. I really have gained a lot through having a ton of process documents, particularly around my 5 blocks in my week. So I have a learning block, a net caring block, a course creation block, a blogging block, and an ads block. So for each of those, I try to have a process document so that I don't have to like second guess, like, oh, what was I up to? Because I know if I land in a strategic partner time block in my calendar and I can spend 50 or spend slash waste 15 minutes kind of trying to catch up with what it is I'm supposed to be doing this time. So these documents really help me to just drop in. So when it's my learning time, I can pretty much just go to the bottom of the document because I know that that's probably what I'm up to right now. So I am currently I started listening to the book creation course this week while I was cutting out a sewing pattern. George advises, and I fully agree, that the first time you listen to course material, you should just let it wash over you without any expectation that you're going to do anything about it or you're going to really do anything except just, like, don't be trying to implement while you're learning. I don't try to. So yeah, I was just sewing, listening to the book video one, and that was really good. It really motivated me to be blogging twice a week, because I have been blogging once a week, which is great. And I've just realised that these are all secret links for his course, so please don't hack those. If you want to do George's courses, I just can't even recommend them highly enough. I just love every course I've ever done with him. I've got value out of, and so these are the ones I've worked through. He actually has just a YouTube video. This one you can definitely find on YouTube. It's called 7 Copywriting Tips or something like that. And that is what I use to make my sales pages. I've worked through his offers course and his courses course, his frameworks course, his content course, his authentic client enrollment course. Lots. Authentic business planning. I have to write the date because I've just done it so many times. And yeah, I'm up to book creation. So that's pretty much where I'm up to at the moment in terms of the learning from George. However, I am still trying to track along with my own weekly schedule. And I would say, like, my regular actions are, Friday I have a learning slot. Thursday I have a course prep slot. Wednesday is my ads and content focus. Tuesday is my net caring, and Monday is my blog and book chapter. The other things that I've decided I want to do regularly is I've sort of split net caring up into half an hour net caring and half an hour I want to focus on market research. So I know I'm aware now that I need to have a regular weekly slot where I'm finding new people to interview or actually interviewing them, because it's too easy for me to drop that. And I always get so much out of talking to people. Either I realize that I'm already offering what they really want, or I have been thinking about offering what they really want, and I get like a green light, like, oh yeah, that is a good idea, rather than just stewing. Because I'm a generator, I work best in response. Not even just because a book told me, like literally once I read that, it became so clear to me. Like once I learned that, then everything that I'd been doing in the past made so much more sense, because whenever I was working in response, those offers and that work all went so well. It felt so easy, it had so much flow, it sold so well. And whenever I was kind of going off and trying to create these great big ideas and bring them to market, that just doesn't work for me. So human design is definitely something I've been focusing on in my business a lot, and I definitely talk about that in the group program. I like everyone to know what they are and to help people on that path of understanding what all of that is about. Like, it is a very dense and complex system, and even if you start at the beginning with just your strategy and your authority, I sound like other people I've heard now. But really, those two are the key places to start. And then you can go into what do all the lines mean? What does like coloured in or empty mean? What does all that stuff mean? But definitely just muck around with your strategy and authority first. You can go to Jovian Archive and just get your chart, but you do need to know your birth time pretty accurately. What else am I up to? I've had a week off. It's been really good. I ate some takeaway. Today I reckon I'm going to the beach and I'm going to try and find someone to give me a massage, but I actually have a little sore back, so feeling a bit nervous about having a massage. Maybe I'll just go to the beach. And other stuff. Oh, next year that's the other person I've been working with at the moment is a woman named Krista Ray, and she has a program called Summit in a Box. When I was in hospital, funnily, just before I went to hospital, I signed up for Elizabeth Goddard's summit, and I know a lot of people don't really like summits because it feels like a deception. Like you sign up for free, and then they suddenly hit you with like, oh well, if you pay, then you can watch all the recordings for longer. So there's a few reframes that I want to do on my summit. I don't know if I even want to call it a summit because I'm the same. I don't like those deceptions. I don't like it that, you know, so there's a premise that I'll get it all for free, but actually you need to pay. So I really just want to angle mine as there's just different levels. Like, yes, you can attend for free. Yes, you can pay. And if you pay, you're going to get all this like longer access and different things. But I am so excited about my summit. Like, I've had a couple of weeks off now because it was so intense, but I was actually really staying up super late and just going for it, just working really late into the night, full of super duper excitement about bringing to life the summit because I was thinking about in-person retreats, and obviously that's a bit difficult right now, plus the expense for me is a bit off-putting of having to figure out accommodation, enlist other people, and then maybe have numbers. So doing it online feels really activated for me. I mean, initially I thought it was just going to be like when I used to do Blab and I used to just jump on and interview, like speed interview people. I thought it was going to be like that again. And I thought that was going to be a summit. But I'm really glad that I found Krista and her system because it is freaking so comprehensive and she gives you kind of everything. Like, I don't need it, but she gives you a website template, an Asana or Trello or something else, maybe Slack, template with every single task all timelined out. Like, it's just so beautiful for me because I really love that. Plus, if I want to do this, which is clearly there's a lot more involved than I thought there was. I'm not just going to be interviewing people and like maybe having a little upsell thing. Creating a summit the way I want to do it involves, you know, the speakers collecting their information, all the different pages, and there's a lot tech-wise involved. And so I'm really grateful to Krista that she's mapped it all out, and I feel like I can kind of sit back and just focus on really serving people and creating a lot of a community vibe and having a good time rather than just having to make a whole lot of mistakes and learn the hard way. So I'm really grateful for that. Yeah, I have also, since Elizabeth Goddard's summit, which I found out about from Leonia Dawson's email newsletter, I've been listening to Elizabeth Goddard's stuff a bit more, and I actually really like her. Like, when I first saw her, she's got the giraffe onesie thing, which is cool. I'm not against that, but there was just something about her graphics and her marketing and her brand that didn't connect for me. So I was like, oh yeah, I mean, because she talks about email, like list building and ConvertKit and just a few topics that I was like, I don't know if she's my person. But part of her summit, I bought her VIP pass because I thought I was going to hack it, right? I was like, I'll just sign up for her and I'll be able to like totally be able to hack it. That's where I found out about Krista. And she also included as part of her summit a training called Online Playground something or other, and it's like 30 days of little short video recordings that also came in on my podcast feed. And I've just been really enjoying her approach. Like, she's classic, multi-passionate, multi-offering, like not trying to have kind of a signature thing, just making stuff and not being perfectionistic, making stuff quickly. Like there's a lot of things, again, another person who a lot of things she's saying, I've been saying to my people for ages. So I love it when I find someone who I like, because we're saying the same thing, I feel like I can trust them. And also because she does a dance between like, well, I don't like the word woo, but I don't know how else to explain it. Like personal growth and new age philosophies, she weaves them into business stuff in a way that I guess hers is maybe feels another degree center, if I'm left of center, you know what I mean? So it's nice. It's just nice to see the way different people show up and how they weave new age and personal growth philosophies into their business marketing talk as well. So I feel like there's another kindred spirit. I become an affiliate for her. Why? Can't remember. She's the one I learned about Vox from, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about Vox. I feel like once I get clear on my personal boundaries around it, it's going to be a good tool in my classes and group programs, and even potentially as a one-on-one offering. What else am I up to? Funny, before I did this, I thought I had so many things I wanted to talk about, but maybe I've exhausted them, and it has been 23 minutes, so it's probably just enough. I'm going to try to do these videos regularly, and just be touching base with you about what I'm learning, what I'm reading, what I'm interested in. I definitely still love having Leonie Dawson jump in my inbox. I just find her so inspiring. It's a shame she's not on social media anymore. I did talk to a group yesterday called The Guild, and on Instagram they're called at Get Gilded, which I feel like is kind of a weird name. Isn't that like sexual? Anyway, they were super lovely. Group of women. George referred me in place of him because he was doing a NASDAQ talk on that same day and time, so he couldn't hang out with them. And that was really fun. I just did an hour of Q&A for them. I think I only drew a blank once, which is kind of my biggest fear. It's like, what if I can't answer? So yeah, that was really fun. And I feel like I've also connected with a woman named Francesca. I think her surname's Koba, and her business is called Ethos by Designer. She's a gorgeous website designer and branding specialist. And we had a chat about her summit. So I'm actually going to speak at her summit. We have a very similar audience, and yeah, that was really fun. Like I feel like, oh, I'm chatting with people in the States now, and like having collabs and opportunities with people in the States, which is something I kind of don't prioritize, because for some reason in my mind I'm telling myself I just really serve women in Australia, which is true. I mean, the time zone thing I find difficult, but I think definitely anybody anywhere can do any of my courses, and if the time zone is right, you can definitely jump on group calls or come to Q&As. I guess my feeling is that because I work 9 to 3, that's not very convenient for people in other time zones. So I haven't been pushing that agenda very heavily. However, I really love helping people anywhere, and I think there's a lot of topics that are transcontinental, like it doesn't really matter. What else? Maybe that's it. That's my wrap up. Yeah, I think there's a few people I've found as well through the summit that I've been loving, like Laura Worditude. I really like her copywriting approach. I mean, there's so many copywriters I love. I feel like I need like a big list of them because I don't really help people with copywriting. So I'm always interested in people who aren't spammy that I could recommend to you guys or to anyone who is looking for a copywriter or copywriting support. Plus, because I help people with websites and then they need help with copy, I'm like, I'm just not the girl. Like, I'm just not the girl for it. Yeah, the Voxer training with Elizabeth. What else have I been learning? I do love still just tapping back into like NLP Jason on Instagram. I really love his work. I love the NLP lens that he has. He has a neurosemantic lens, so I always really enjoy that. I've been just like seriously spamming my brain with summit stuff and getting really excited about that. There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes that I really can't wait to share with you all, so that's going to be really fun. Maybe that's it. I feel like my year's over. That's the thing. Like I just have two more course launches, and then pretty much it's time for me to stop in December. So yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at my calendar. There's like November and then a couple of weeks of December, and then I'm off. So I'm super excited about the group program. I'm pretty excited. I am really excited about. I guess I'm still launching, so I just have those nervous feelings of like I set it up so that this time I have VIP tier because I just want to give so much, but for $111 a month, I was just feeling a bit like, oh, I need to keep my boundaries at that price point. So then George suggested having a second tier, like a slightly more expensive tier for like VIP group. So I'm feeling really good about that. I have maybe 2 spots left on Thursday and maybe 2 or 3 on Wednesday. I would love to open up a third day in the group program. Like I would love to have, yeah, more groups in the group program. However, that is not happening just yet unless like everyone's about to slam me in the next 3 days and I end up having that third group. But right now, I'm just so grateful even to go again with 12 people. I just always have so much self-doubt about the group program. The group program is really the thing that I get triggered around, which is so weird because inside that container, we just have so much connection and love, and it's just such a beautiful container. So I wish I could just get over feeling weird about it, but that's the reality at the moment. Yeah, my next 2 courses are pretty much I'm going to do a free and easy podcast course. Just haven't quite decided 3 or 4 weeks. Plus, I haven't made the sales page yet, and I want to launch that Tuesday. And then after that, the final course for this year will be launch, how I launch, my launch process. So that'll be that. And then next year, I'm thinking I might do my course creation process, and then I might do WP Courseware, which is a WordPress plugin that you can put on your WordPress site that enables you to have a course platform on there. Because I will have set that up for the summit, so by then I think I'll be feeling pretty savvy to share that with everybody. Yeah, maybe that's it. If you have watched all of this or listened to all of this, wow. Wow, thanks. Hopefully this was interesting, meaningful, relevant, helpful for you, and I think I'm going to do them a little bit more often just to share, because I kind of hold on to what I'm doing, like people shouldn't hear what I'm doing because they'll want to just copy it, and they should really find their own way because I've got so much satisfaction out of my own way. At the same time, I really do get a lot out of listening to other people's processes, and I am happy to share mine. Like, it's not that I don't share it because I want it to be a big fat secret or anything. It's more just I know how much I've gained out of crafting my own, and I want that empowerment and freedom and knowing for you as well. Anyway, it's time for me to go. My family they have opened the door, and half an hour. That's enough. Mwah. I hope you're on the newsletter list so that you always hear about what's going on. You can just jump on that in the website, and that's all. I hope you have a super beautiful day. See ya.